I hated feminism. Every time it came up as a topic, regardless of whether I had 15, 30, or the full hour to prepare, a pit of dread would plant itself deep in my stomach, waiting to sprout just in time for the debate. Competitive debate is every bit as bitter, harsh, and tense as you would imagine, but it is equally as beautiful. If I were to give an analogy, I'd say it's like 4D chess. 1, how you make an impression. 2, what you need to prove to win. 3, how you listen. And 4, what you need to refute to win. The grandest stage in the world, if you will, where you are guaranteed a solo act. It's nothing like having an audience, because you can be sure that you're being judged, and more importantly, that your voice is being heard. That's all there is to a round. One prolonged, stressful hour of tense effort, where you walk away a winner or wishing you'd won. For a few short minutes in each round, you are in charge of tipping these scales of judgment. Your pace, rhythm, emphasis, your speech, and you're alone. You'd better make it count. I usually spoke first, not because I wanted to or because I was there to put us on the path to victory. I spoke first because I had to speak, but because I couldn't handle any of the more technical roles past the first few speeches. Damage control, if you will, because my notes were handed to me on a silver platter. I'd say it's the platter's fault for being an incoherent, jumbled document of bullet points with the occasional lock in, gang, or chat we're cooked. But really, it was my fault, because our documents look that way all the time, and I wrote most of the slang. I hated feminism because I would always lose. I didn't want to lose, obviously, and I tried very hard not to. My first ever official 4th place was on a feminist topic. And yes, for your information, there were only 4 teams in that round, and yes, that was my 3rd ever official debate. But who cares? A loss is a loss, and a loss always hurts, no matter how late or early it is in your career. I mean, clearly, since I remember that from 5 years ago, and not my dinner last night. But the point is that I lost, and I was so very determined to research every nook and cranny of feminism, reading like my life depended on it. You know that thing you tell yourself you do, and then you never do, and then one day you're forced to confront that decision in the face, and you're like, dang, that was me. And I lost on the next feminist motion I got. And the next, and again, and again. Losing meant that I couldn't do what I loved most, giving speeches, cracking under pressure, and playing that stupid, finicky game of chess I couldn't get enough of. Losing meant that it was over for me. This stage was no longer mine to stand on. I should go find another one. I did win that one time, 2 years ago. It was round 1, day 1 of a brand new tournament, and I was turning a new leaf. I thought to myself, wow, this is a fresh start. I wish I could joke about losing the next 3 rounds in a row. Feminism was a curse, physically, in that my heart palpitates a little bit faster every time it came up as a topic. Mentally, in that I tried harder and harder to run away. That worked when the rules allowed us to have extra members on the team who could sub in for me. Most of the time, I could only do what I do best. Speak first and pray. I think at some point, I thought to myself that if I didn't confront this curse, I would probably stop debate one day. And that was very true, because when I was forced to, I chose to look it in the face. It was the senior finals round, March of grade 11. I had been in debate for 5 years by now, which in layman's terms is ho 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 Santa white beard level old. We were there overseeing a couple of our organization students, shout out Lower Mainland Debate Society. We were wearing our merch and getting people to scan the QR code on this back. Classic embarrassing moment for debaters. But I think you probably know the point why I'm bringing this up is because our finals motion was on feminism. We talked about girlification and evaluated the rise of trends such as girl math and girl dinner on social media. If you don't know what that is, ask a friend after this. Well, for my ladies out here, I absolutely ate, wiped the plate clean, and slayed the house down. For everyone else, that means I think I did well. My partner ate too, and we were 98% sure we'd won. 1% for humility, and 1% to save us from possible embarrassment. If I had plot armor, I'd be standing here telling you that we did in fact win. It sucks to say that we didn't. 2 guys did, and the fact that they were guys shouldn't have mattered. But in that moment, the feeling I felt the strongest was a deep sense of injustice. I probably needed a good, real jolt back to reality in that moment, because not only was that bad sportsmanship, it was also incredibly foolish and arrogant. You probably think that I felt wronged, because I thought I debated well enough to win, because fine, sure, I'm a great debater, right? But honestly, a small part of my subconscious felt entitled to that win, because I was a woman, and that was a feminist motion. Women are still trapped in a box of expectations. We think that somehow, when you confront that notion and listen to the statement that I just said, you think, isn't that ridiculous? I mean, it's something we joke about often in debate. We put all the women on a team to debate feminism. We complain about going against a team of women if it's a feminist motion. And when we lose to them, we think, hey, that was bad luck. We joke about women having an advantage on feminist motions all the time. But I didn't think it was going to get to my head. Back to that box of expectations and why it's translucent. A woman is expected to know what it means to be a woman. They are expected to know what it means to fight for their womanhood and to be a feminist. I ran away from my curse because I didn't want to live up to that expectation. I just wanted to be a debater without the connotation of also being a woman, without being expected to win debates on feminist motions for such a petty reason. I couldn't win because I couldn't see feminist motions for what they are, just another debate topic, no different from international relations, institutional policy, or environmental justice. Just another motion. And for 5 years as a debater, I discriminated against it. A woman does not have to win a feminist debate to prove that she is a woman. If she won, it is because she had better and superior debating skills in that round and better logic. A woman does not have to be strong to play sports, to learn, God forbid, calculus, and be logical and rational to be a woman. A woman does not have to lead, to be vocal, to put herself under the scrutinizing gaze of an audience, to prove to the world that she is indeed the ideal of a woman. She is no less of a woman if she likes to cook, read in the quiet corner of the library, paint her nails, and crochet. Girlification humanizes that when we tell women it's okay not to be strong 24/7, 365, or ever, if you choose not to be. And no, I did not plan this talk to win a debate left over from 7 months ago. I'm not that petty. Modern feminism only recognizes the fighters that we see, the fighters who are vocal on the front lines fighting for equality. But women, sure, they build houses, they hold office, and they design rockets. But they also build families, hold cleaning supplies, and design the version of happiness that they seek for themselves. I don't know much about the feminist motion, or technically about feminism in general, but I do know about the misguided expectation for me to be an expert at it just because I am a woman. In my eyes, feminism's true message isn't that we are equally as strong. It's that we are strong, equal, regardless of what strength looks like to us. Thank you.